So today we'll be installing the UTG MK96 airsoft upgrade, or L96 performance upgrade kit. Just ordered from e-bike. It comes with the upgrade spring, which is supposed to increase power 20% up from stock. Very light piston. It's quite light. Extremely light, lighter than expected. I don't know what material it is, if it's aluminum or steel or some alloy. And the same material is made out of spring guide. It's the same, extremely light. It's good to have light parts. Light piston gives you less inertia, which can basically give you a faster shooting gun, higher FPS. But besides the physics, then I'm just going to show you how to install it. It comes with really detailed instructions. They're all in color. They're in really good English. Really easy to understand. Okay, besides that, alright, so once you have your gun disassembled from that part right there, that's your stock. It's just basically not functional except for housing your gun, and then your cylinder and bolt get here. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to unscrew the two screws here on your trigger and pull out this pin. It's your firing pin. Okay, so here's the pin, and you're just going to get some force on that. This pin right here. It'll come out like so. So lay your parts out. You can keep the screws in. Alright, now here's your bolt. Basically, what will happen when that's done, you just pull it up, and the whole cylinder should just slide right out like that. Alright, be careful, there's going to be grease on it. If I put my own white lithium grease, because I think it's a little bit better than the stock, and got it at Home Depot for like $3 or something. Alright, so this is empty now. All your upgrades are going to go in the cylinder, or bolt, or whatever you want to call it. This is the cylinder right here, and the piston is this. A lot of people, not a lot, some people get that confused. Piston, cylinder, the piston goes inside the cylinder, okay? Don't mess with this, okay? Just keep that on there. You can take it off if you want, but it just gets things a little bit more complicated, and they don't have to be, because sniper upgrades are fairly easy compared to AEGs. Alright, so best way I found to take this off is to use one of these pliers, okay? I'm just gonna put it on like so and twist, okay? Let me get that off real quick. You twist to the left. Okay. Came off really easy. Right here you can see I have a Teflon tape mod on there. Basically it's just Teflon tape. It's plumber's tape to put on the threads of the screw, and it just helps with the airtight seal. I'll put that there. Everything's a little bit greasy. We're gonna get the piston out. So looks like it's stuck. In order to, oh, okay, there it goes. Not stuck anymore. Our plastic spring guide and our plastic piston are stock, okay? The only thing I did is put these, this is about 3/4 inch spacer, okay? Found these plastic pieces in my garage, sanded them down, and modded them to fit the gun. Was there a lot of FPS increase? No. Was it noticeable? Yeah. Was it really that great? No. That's why I bought this, okay? To put this on, check out the instructions. It's really detailed. Shows you exactly how to put the torque absorbing ball bearing things in the shims. Sorry, metal shims and ball bearings. Once you get that on the spring guide, I've already assembled that here. It's really simple. Follow directions. There's your new spring guide. And grab your spring. It's kind of greasy. Everything's kind of greasy now. Grab your new spring. Here, let's compare. Old spring, new spring. Old, new, it's a lot shinier. I don't know if that's just from the grease, or, and it's actually a bit longer, okay? If you look at that, it's a bit longer. And honestly, the old spring was quite heavy, quite a good pull. But this one's just monster. I can't even, I'm not going to be kind of modest here, but I'm kind of a strong guy, and that's pretty hard right there. It's slipping through my hands. That's most of the movement you're seeing, but it's definitely stronger. Okay. Well, of course it's going to be stronger, but here we go. You're going to just slide it onto your spring guide like so. And what's cool is the shims and the ball bearings kind of act as a little spacer itself, so that increases FPS too. That's basically what this was doing. Okay, here's the old one. I'm going to put that to the side. The old piston, yeah, you've seen it probably if you take it apart your gun. It's nice and light, but honestly, compared to this, it's almost the same weight. Oh my gosh, I think this might be a couple grams heavier, which isn't a lot. But with when you're adding this much power, I don't care about adding like a gram or two of inertia. So slide that on there. This is so easy. You guys, really, sniper parts, if you're upgrading, you're in luck. I mean, not in luck, but it's quite easy. I mean, I just took apart an M4. It wasn't disastrous or anything. It just wasn't easy. Putting back together a gearbox is not that fun. This is almost fun. Okay, I'm doing this one-handed. Basically, there's like a spring guide to the spring guide, if that makes any sense. I don't know if there it is. That black pull in there. You got to get your spring guide to line up on that pole. Once you got that, then everything can fit nice and snug. Let me get that real quick. Okay, voila, there we have it. Look, like I said, nice quality parts. They're same exact dimensions. The only difference is increased durability because they're metal. But yeah, that is quite a push, but nice and easy. Nothing jutting out or anything. I mean, it's engineered exactly for this gun, which I think is cool. I know other parts can fit this gun, but for $50 to get all 3 pieces, plus the ball bearings, I could not pass up this deal. I'm sure a lot of others won't either. Okay, you're going to get this in and put the cap on. If you want to replace your Teflon tape, if you already had some, now would be a good time. And you also, I'm not going to do it yet, but you can Teflon tape this screw, because people say that air can leak down there, which makes sense. Okay, so your piston's going to go through here, and so much pressure the air could leak. That makes sense. I'm just going to do it later. I'm going to be opening this up, putting spacers and stuff in anyway, so I'll do it later. I just want to get it going for now. Put this on there, push this in, put the cap on, not the cap, but the piston head, and then slide everything back into your bolt assembly. Okay, let me do that real quick and then we'll test it. Okay, one thing I forgot to do is spray grease on the internal components, which is okay because you can do it here via the service port, or that's what I like to call it. So go ahead and spray some grease in there while you're here. This is a good time to do that. It's also a good time to re-grease the actual cylinder or bolt, whatever you want to call it, itself. Okay, so get your grease. Honestly, grease is a lot better to use than not using the precision straw, but that's okay because I need some on the outside anyway, because I'll produce friction while I'm pulling it back, and if this thing's harder, I want it to be easy to pull back. So I want all the friction to be eliminated. Okay, so but like I said, what's really nice about this is one of my biggest concerns was that, yeah, they're adding a nice strong spring, but they're just going to lose a lot of power from the heavy piston, and it wasn't so. Piston was quite light, so if you're concerned about that, don't worry. It's heavier, but marginally, I don't think it's going to make a difference. All right, you got that back in. I'm going to install it back in here, get the trigger assembly back on, and then test fire.